I'm Sunil Walia, Executive Director, TiE Punjab in Chandigarh. And most of you know TiE. We are into fostering entrepreneurship, networking, advocacy, and helping youngsters, any age, any time, startups to become entrepreneurs, job creators. So I think Sahil and what's your name? Nitin are the two new faces, best I know. I introduced Amit Bhatia. Amit is a product development consultant and with a good exposure to some corporates where he has done a lot good. Please have a seat, sir. Welcome. It's a pleasure. Yeah. And we'll start with introductions, first you, and then we carry on. Then Amit knows how the profiles are, and then we can interact, exchange views and ideas. We'll be soon joined by Harshveer Singh. He's our TiE secretary. He's also coming. Yeah, Nitin, we can start here.
Yeah, myself Nitin Sharma. I'm working as a business development executive in British Infotech Limited. I'm done with my IT in BTech in IT from Baddi University. I belong to Pathankot basically, and working in Chandigarh area from last 3 years.
Previous question, you get your project from e-learns or to clients in US,
right?
And you do some basic analysis and then give them the code.
Yeah, actually the thing is the project coming from outside of India. He's handling, Mr. Harshveer is handling all that thing. I'm working for the domestic and the training part we are having for the BTech students and IMC.
Okay, but you do some kind of analysis and you are involved in some.
Yeah, sort of like for the domestic, not for the abroad.
How do you train BTech students?
We are having training in Java, the IT fields we are having, we're running with Java, PHP. Moreover, we are having web designing, web development. So these are the things the students come from the colleges for the 6 months training. So we just train them for the 6 months and we just absorb from our trainees only. So that is according to our company rule. So we don't hire from freshers from outside.
So is it a paid training? Or
it's a sort of paid training.
It's sort of paid training.
Right, I'm Ketan Sharma. I have my own IT consultancy firm called Upcomig. The main core business is automation using .NET technology, which is essentially going out there, studying business processes to various companies and suggesting them how technology can save them time and money.
When you say automation, does it include building some predefined tools to help them develop a quick application?
Yeah, we provide consultancy on existing tools as well, and we have in-house capability to develop .NET code. The two main verticals we're looking into is textile and media industry.
Okay, are you aware of Texcello?
Sorry?
Texcello.
Texcello.
Okay, check it out. Doing some kind of Texcello.
We're joined in by another gentleman, sir. Your introduction to everybody, please.
I'm Karna Julka, retired, and now absolutely retired. I worked in engineering college, but now he has been coming to give us thoughtful lectures on new technologies. Now I am absolutely, I got a mail, I said why not to learn something.
It's a
There's
pleasure.
no end to learning.
Pleasure, sir. Okay, Sahil.
Hello everyone, I think I'm probably one of the most inexperienced people out here, but I like that fact. I'm Sahil Devan. I'm a recent graduate from Punjab Engineering College. I did computer science engineering in a 2010 batch pass out. I'm currently, I was developing my own startup in the last 2 months. Right now in the product refining stage and moving towards marketing of my services. The startup is called Future Ed Consulting. And it's basically an education sector consulting which helps institutions in better management of their alumni networks. And right now I'm working on their services. So I'm pretty new to having a feeling of entrepreneurship, but I think I'm enjoying and I'm passionate about the area, education sector, and what I'm trying to do. So that's why I'm here today.
So my colleague has already probably told you, we are into software services.
And Mohita.
Yeah, hi, myself Mohita, and I'm currently studying in 4th year. And I've started my new company, PracticeMedia.co. That's a Facebook marketing company or social media marketing. Our main focus is on Facebook marketing, but we do whole entire social media marketing, containing LinkedIn marketing and all these things. So that's how we start.
And myself, Deepak. I'm working as a manager of digital media marketing in Google partnered at Stanza Media.
So we are handling all the Google clients for the entire north of India. We have almost more than 3,000 SMEs and SMEs from across north of India. So I'm into digital marketing, social media optimization, each and everything. I mean, let it be Facebook marketing, let it be Google AdWords, Google Analytics.
Good evening everyone, I'm Kshitij Mehra. I'm running this organization known as Yuvshala. We are into counseling students of 10th standard, 12th standard, both career options they can take up as per their psychological background and as per their socio-economic needs. Plus we also train BTech students. We train them for their campus placements. So we do that.
I'm Amit Bhatia. I'm a product management consultant. Like I started the startup last year, but I have never marketed it. So now I decided, okay, let me just go into market full time. So I have some exposure to internet marketing during my early phase of career. Like I have worked with CBIZ, Red Alchemy, and Mesh. And post that, I worked with Rediff in the role of product management, and then also in the Versa Innovation in the role of product management. So after working there, I realized that there is a lot of gap in the market in the product management industry. Like people still don't understand the product very well. They still think that the product could be the extension of the service. So I decided that let me just go and try to do something different in this space. And here I'm doing.
I must mention that Amit has really taken pains to develop this, information, and which he circulated to all of us, and also will be circulating to all our TiE members. As Steve, more than welcome, please. So this is quite, I've gone through it. I think it will be quite helpful for your companies, your individual personalities as well. We are joined in by Steve Gupta. Steve is our TiE charter member at a global level. Steve, would you like to talk a little bit about your company? Everybody's given a small intro.
Sure. I moved to India from US about a year and a half ago, and I started a consulting company which helps US companies and Indian companies to interact together. So whatever it is that they want to do, I smooth the process.
Great. What about Ashwin?
Ashwini Anand.
First of all, I apologize we got a little late. My name is Ashwini Anand. I am a friend of Steve's, and I'm into the automobile business.
Okay.
And I'm the second generation in this business, and trying to understand more about TiE.
Great. Most welcome. So we have startups, youngsters, and people doing already established work. Over to you, Amit.
Yeah, thanks.
So who is representing PTU? It is in the advertisement or your notice?
PTU, sir, is our annual sponsor. TiE's annual sponsor, PTU. Okay. We work very closely with them.
TiE, and PhD Chamber of Conference. We keep on. I've been attending all the before retirement. Yes. Now
more than welcome.
This is the first one. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, could you please open up this envelope? I'll introduce today's topic. It's about understanding the customer requirements in order to build a great product. Well, these things are equally applicable to services also. Okay. Since I'm from the product background, so it makes sense for me to talk more about product, but all the principles are generic in nature, and they are applicable to services as well, or to any area of business you are in. So they are not just specific to the software, but the examples are of software. Common examples, like for example Facebook, everyone has used. So there are some examples from that. Okay. So let me just begin by asking questions like. Just let's do one very small exercise. Yeah. Can everyone close their eyes just for a second? Can you point your finger towards where is the north? Just raise your hand. Where is the north? Close your eyes. Okay. Can you please raise your hand? Just point your hand with your eyes closed to understand to point in the direction of a north. Where do you think is north?
Is the what, sorry?
North. North.
North, okay.
Yeah. Okay, now just open up the eyes. Please keep your hands up. So you can see that all people in this room think that north is almost everywhere. We know that north is only in one direction. It doesn't matter in which direction, but it's only one direction. So that is the stuff that everyone thinks differently. And so are your customers, so are your project managers, so are your developers, who are the core team members who decide the customer requirements. So how do we discover the process? How to think like a customer? How to put yourself in a customer's shoes? When I say in customer's shoes, everyone will be thinking differently about the customer. How do we bring everyone in the organization on the same page? So today's session is it will cover up two basic techniques. One is so first of all, okay, before that, I'll if you can just flip to page 2. So I'd just like to go ahead with the story of the 6 blind men and the elephant. So I hope that you might have heard about it in some religious book or from your friends or from a TV series somewhere. Let me just summarize the story. It's similar to the the true north principle, like I just demonstrated. Once there were 6 men who were blind from the birth. Now, once they were walking out of the village, so they met an elephant on the road. So someone told me, hey guys, just don't go on that road, there is an elephant there. So say, we have never experienced elephant, how did it look like? So let's just go and check it out. So that guy just took them to the elephant, and they were standing in the circle. So one guy holding the trunk, one guy holding the leg, and one guy just holding the tail of the elephant. Then that guy asked them, how did the elephant look like? They said, elephant was somewhat hairy. They said, no, elephant was like a tree. They said, no, elephant was having a lot of fat on it. As you see that when you are understanding the customer requirements, you are only thinking in just one dimension. It's not a 360-degree thing. All of they were correct, but overall they were wrong. So when we are understanding the customer, we only think in one dimension. You can see that all of us are blind for the customer requirements. It's over the years of experience and iterating with the customer, we come to know about actual requirements. Before that, it's just a road on which there is no light, and no one on this world actually can produce I would say a magical product every time. Every company who has produced the good products has produced the failed products as well. Let's take the example of Apple, highly successful company today. It has produced Apple Music. It was only that Steve Jobs rejoined Apple. They were able to produce the iPod and the iPhone later on. And similarly, Google has many failed lab products. Now, one of the big failure is Orkut, I would say, in the terms of Facebook, because they were not able to innovate that fast. They had the leverage in India and Brazil, but they failed to leverage that. So there are even the Motorola Iridium project. I'm not sure how many people have heard about it, but it's like a $5 billion project, where they started off with the satellite phone, but the only problem with the phone was it was similar to the mobile of nowadays, but it will not work indoors. So the cellular network solved the problem in a different way, but Motorola could not. So they spent like $5 billion on that, but they could not do that. So all you can see that there is no formula for like producing a successful product every time, sometimes we miss so many things, so many obvious things. So that's where the framework-based approaches come in. That's where a thorough research comes in. That before you are going to develop your product or service, what you should be looking at, so that the odds of the success are higher. So flip over to page 3, please. Now, 3 things are required for bridging this gap in understanding. One is the right vision. One is the right task or behavior analysis. One is the right benefit or opportunity metrics. Now, I feel that task or behavior analysis, most people might be aware of who are in the software field, because that's what the kind of project managers do day in, day out. So I'll be just discussing point number 1 and 3 in this workshop. They're really important. All the references in this book are from these 2 books mentioned here: How Customers Think, Essential Insights into Mind of the Market, and What Customers Want, Using Outcome-Driven Innovation to Create Breakthrough Products and Services. Now, both of them are, like the professors are acknowledged by Harvard, and their methods have been peer-reviewed in last 7-8 years, and they have been applied to many industries. These methods are relatively new but very promising. So now, okay, let me just ask you a question. How do you start understanding your customer?
By talking to them.
Huh?
By talking to them.
Yes, talking to them. Okay. What else?
I interact with them with an open mind. I don't have any notions in my mind that I have to discuss this thing or this thing. Talk to them.
Just talk to them. Okay.
Taking their regular feedbacks about what we are doing, taking their feedbacks in a positive way, fixing the problems.
Okay.
That is how we get to know more and more about what they are doing about our services and the problems.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything?
Putting yourself in his shoes and become a customer yourself.
Yeah. Right. Great. I think that's one of the best ways to discover the problems with your service or product. Okay. Actually, these methods are good. I am not objecting to them. But even these market research methods are there. Still, you will find that that the rate of innovation failure in US is more than $100 billion per year. 50 to 90% of the products fail. They do market research. Some do, some of them don't do. Apple claim that they don't do market research. They have insight into the customer experience. Now Google and Facebook, there are so many other products, even the manufacturing side, even Toyota. They do market research, but still many cars of Toyota have failed. Many of them have been successful. So they apply the equal framework to all of their products. That's why some products fail, why some products are successful. It means even with the market research methods, the existing market research methods, your odds of getting a good product are not that great. Maybe from 0 to 50, maybe I would say 40 to 50, 0 to 40, but still there is 50 to 60% failure rate, right? So in order to bridge that gap, some new research has been done, and this findings are listed in this book, How Customers Think. So I have mentioned the link, so you can take the reference, or you can search online. There are some papers you can easily refer to. So let's just investigate what's wrong with these methods, because ultimately we will end up in talking with the customer. So can you flip over to page 5, please? Well, now here comes the theory that most of the people don't know what they want, and most of the time we are not aware of what's happening with our mind, with our bodies, and why we are deciding, because we are deciding so fast, always making decisions, or sometimes doing impulse buying, sometimes just thinking through. So we are not irrational human beings. We are quite irrational human beings. There is a very good book on behavioral economics by Dane Ariel. So if you want to understand more about irrational behavior, maybe sometime you should just read it. It's an excellent book, and if you like it, you can finish it in 2 days. So all the questions which are asked in the market research or even in the interviews are very formal, and as a human nature is that even if someone interviews you, you will only show your best part. You will never show your ugly part, the bad part. So this human nature is not covered in any surveys or interviews. People don't ask offensive questions in interviews because obviously you cannot offend anyone. So what is the middle way through which we can discover the hidden agendas of why the customer will not buy a product? The assumption here is